All right, Lee, man. So we got the this weekend, NFC, AFC championships. Philadelphia Eagles, of course, fly Eagles fly. And we got the Washington Commanders. Uh, tell me, all right. I've been hearing a lot of. Let's talk about the NFC first, and then we'll go to the AFC. So I've been hearing a lot of pundits out there, even though the Eagles have the betting lines are tilted towards the Eagles. Of course, the Eagles are favorite at home. In the link. Um, but for some reason, the ESPN pundits and these fellas all over the place, they kind of and I know you might be on that bandwagon. Um, everybody on everybody's on Jaden Daniels bandwagon and the Commanders. I see everybody like when I turn on ESPN, everybody's like, "Man, Jaden Daniels." Don't get me wrong, the kid is phenomenal. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not gonna discount him at all. I respect his play, love his play, love to see what he's doing. But I don't see where all of this is coming from. I mean, I know they beat Detroit, right? And I know they kind of, but I think if the Eagles would have played Detroit, they would have beat Detroit too. Um, just from my perspective, I might be a little biased because I'm an Eagles fan. However, just looking at all the facts, I think you got to remember now they are in our division, so we see them all the time. I want to hear like what you think. Your thoughts on the process with all the pundits on Jaden Daniels, man.
If you all played the Lions, you're always going to beat them. You're always going to beat the Lions. Y'all were
You don't
not
think we was gonna beat the
no,
Lions?
no,
What?
no, no. Y'all weren't going to beat the
Come on,
Lions.
man.
Matchup. I'm just looking at the matchup. I don't think
Yeah,
y'all were going to.
yeah.
But to answer your question about why everybody kind of jumping on the bandwagon,
Yeah, yeah.
you you ever played craps?
No, I never played
No,
craps before.
I'm not a. I've only done it once, right?
Yeah,
I went to Vegas a couple of years ago with my wife, and we went to a couple of casinos first time, right?
yeah,
And I didn't really know much about the game.
yeah.
This lady there, she kind of showed me the ropes,
Right.
and long story short, right? Just trying to whittle it down. You you got someone that they're playing, they're rolling the dice, hitting their numbers, right? And you got side viewers just watching as
Right.
the game progresses, right?
Right.
And depending on how that person is performing or how lucky that person might be or how the dice is dropping for that individual,
Right.
you decide whether you want to bet on that person, right?
I
Bet
got you.
on, and so it's like you're betting on the hot hand,
Right.
right?
Right.
And
I got you.
so and I probably messed that whole analogy up, but that was my understanding of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I say all that to say, like with Jaden Daniels, it's just a matter of everyone they're riding the hot hand,
I I
right?
I I I
And I
see.
mean, look, he hasn't done anything to disparage that, right?
Right.
Everything that he's done, the performances that he's had this particular season, his rookie season,
Yeah.
you would almost be a fool not to bet on it.
Right.
So I don't think it's out of the realm of like I don't out of
No.
the realm of common sense, right? For some, I don't think it's all, but it's some pundits to say, hey, they think that Jaden Daniels is going to go into this game and have a very good performance. Whether he's going to
Right.
win or not, it's not going to only be determined on him. Yes, he's a big contributing factor to it,
Yeah.
but I would pick the Commanders to win,
Yeah.
not just because of Jaden Daniels, but because of Dan Quinn and the way that he has that defense coached up,
I got you. I got you.
right?
Yeah.
You look at what they did against Detroit. Detroit, offensively, outside of the turnovers, they had a really good game. Like it's over
Yeah.
500 yards of offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Dan Quinn coached up that defense where they were able to take opportunities based off of the tendencies of the quarterback, and they were very opportunistic in getting some turnovers. I think they had 5, right?
Yeah, he
5
had five.
turnovers.
Yeah, it was
So,
5 turnovers. Yeah,
so I think Dan Quinn. You see, you're an Eagles fan, so I get it, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
We
It's an
we gonna match
emotional.
this up.
This is an emotional topic, right?
No, it's
So
all good.
so let me take the emotion out of it. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
you got Jalen Hurts, who yesterday they said he's off the injury report, right?
Right, right.
He's injured. I don't believe.
Yeah.
You know he's
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah. We know what time it is. Yeah,
Your center is now on the injury report. I think
yeah.
it was Jurgens,
Cam Jurgens. Yeah,
Cam Jurgens, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he might miss the game.
Right.
So whether he misses the game or if he plays, that means he's playing hurt.
Yeah, yeah,
The strength of the Washington Commanders defense is that interior defensive line.
yeah,
If that center is hurt, or
Yeah.
you guys put a backup center in there,
yeah.
Jalen Hurts can be running for his life every pass and play.
You think
Right.
so?
Yes.
You gotta you gotta look at this. Look at this now.
Mm-hmm.
The number one offensive line in the NFL
Mm-hmm.
allowed the less amount of sacks, in the NFL. Now, when you look at what Washington did to Detroit, Detroit line can't.
Let me
They-
ask
they-
you this. Wait. Which quarterback has been sacked the most in the playoffs? This playoffs?
I don't know.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts been sacked the most.
Which quarterback has been sacked the least in these playoffs?
Yeah, the Commanders. The
Jaden
Commanders.
Daniels, right?
However,
Mhm.
let's look at this. They have not played us in the playoffs. Now, when we played them both games, we sacked Jaden Daniels multiple times. Multiple times. So what we're looking at here is a D line and an O line. Now, don't get me wrong. Luvu is a guy from the Commanders that he's flying around. He's playing the best I think he ever played in his career. Bringing him in, and this is a scheme that's working for him. However, when you look at and I'm not saying he's not going to get put pressure and get there. That what happened based on like what your guy was doing versus was doing last week, right? He was getting home, he was getting there, and I think Louisville was going to do the same thing. He's going to have his opportunities to get there, but I think in the long run, what's going to happen is, and this is what's happened over those past 2 games that we have played the Commanders, is we end up wearing you down because and look at this. This is another angle on that. Jalen Hurts has the ability to pass the ball. However, when you have a workhorse like Saquon Barkley, then he don't necessarily have to do that. He can do it because you got A.J. Brown and Devontae out there, and then Dallas Goedert in the tight end. So you got all these multiple options. But man, I think the game plan, what has been for the Eagles the last couple weeks, has been Jalen is going to have 18 to 20 attempts, right? He is going to be in that realm of 160 yards, 160, 180 yards, and Saquon Barkley in the second half is going to be all Saquon Barkley pretty much. If Jalen Hurts might, it might be an option or something like that, depending on the injury and what he looks like. I hadn't seen him. What people have said is there was a report. This was Wednesday. No, this was Thursday, where they said, he was moving around. He was moving okay. It's kind of gingerly, but he was moving around. He might wear a knee brace. So that's going to come in. That's going to be a big one. But I think for the Eagles to win this game, it's going to be the same formula. Jalen Hurts, low attempts. A.J. Brown is going to get 1 or 2. Devontae may get 1 or 2. Dallas Goedert is going to be, out in the flats, but it's going to be heavy Saquon Barkley. Second half, it's just going to be that offensive line pounding their D line, and Saquon Barkley ultimately is going to break another one at some point and going to put the game away. That's how I see this going. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but this is going to be a divisional knockdown drag out battle, and at the end of the day, we're just going to wear them out. We're going to wear them out.
You better hope that happen. And what I mean by that is, I think that there's another stat out there somewhere saying something along the lines of if whenever Hurts in the playoffs throw for over 155 yards, they lose.
They
Every
lose.
time, right?
Yeah.
Every time,
Yeah.
right? So you want to minimize those pass attempts. You want to be able to control the line of scrimmage and basically exude your dominance and your will through the running game with
Yeah.
Saquon.
Yeah.
The thing about that is, Dan Quinn, I think, is still not getting the level of respect that he deserves. He's a phenomenal coach. I mean, I
Yeah.
have to stop considering and putting him in that light, especially on the defensive side. Everything you said, I'm pretty sure Dan Quinn is aware of that as well, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think their job or their mandate is gonna be to go out there and try to put the game in Hurts' hands. They're gonna try to take away the run.
Yeah.
Well, are they going to be successful? That all depends on Saquon Barkley, of course. That's your ace in the hole.
Yeah.
But if for some reason they're able to contain Saquon Barkley, because I believe outside of those two long runs he had against the Rams,
Yeah.
Rams had him in check.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
broke two long runs. Outside
Yep.
of that, he was contained, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And y'all was struggling to do anything on offense.
Mm-hmm.
So if Washington is somehow able to keep him contained for the majority of the game, and if you start to panic and you start saying, "Hey, we need Hurts to convert this first down," especially if you get into third and long situations,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be close.
You don't think it's going to
Because
be close?
I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Commanders, if they're able to get you guys on consistent third and long situations, I don't see Philly's defense for
This is the number one defense in the league now.
I'm choosing my words carefully here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think with Jaden Daniels and the way he's playing in the playoffs,
Yeah.
I think they can manufacture at least 3 touchdowns, right? With Jaden Daniels.
Right.
In his legs, Cliff Kingsbury, again, he's the OC.
Yeah.
He's going to figure some stuff out. I think they can manufacture 3 touchdowns. I don't think Philly can get 3 touchdowns without Saquon Barkley.
No. So I would say for sure Saquon is a very, very important piece to this team. He is pretty much the team, right?
Mhm.
When you talk about offense, now I'm not taking anything away from AJ Brown and Devontae, because if they get going, you might as well forget it, right? So we have what I'm looking at here is, and I'm just comparing the last 2 games that we have played against them. The score was 21-3 in the first quarter in that second game. Now, when you look at how we were maneuvering in that game, Washington was going to get blown out. They were going to get blown out. So the dynamic changed. In the first game, we manhandled them. In this second game in D.C., the dynamic changed when Jalen Hurts got that concussion. So when he got that concussion, now the threat of the run from the QB, that option was gone. So now these guys, all they're doing is, okay, we could pin our airs back, and we coming after Kenny Pickett this is Kenny Pickett, all right?
Mhm.
This is Kenny Pickett. Then when Kenny Pickett gets hurt, then the third string comes in. I would, if it were up to me, I would have rather the third string be in that spot than Kenny Pickett because he's a rhythm passer. He gets the ball out of his hand, boom, boom, boom. And let me tell you, he can run, but he was moving that ball. I mean, he was moving the ball against them because those quick timing routes, he was getting that ball out very quickly, and they couldn't stop it. And Saquon was really, I mean, he got some runs, but it wasn't like his signature 5 yards a carry type run. These were like 2 yards, 3 yards, 1 yard, kind of thing. But the third string quarterback had that offense moving.
Right.
And I mean, look, Jaden Daniels, what I say is you do have to account for his smarts and his intelligence because one thing that I think that has really helped him out this year also is the fact that there these reports saying that he uses like the VR or 3D to prepare for these games. I think what they're doing and using that technology with him has prepared him so much for these
Yeah.
games. I mean, and also actually him as a player and his demeanor and his poise under pressure, that really helps him out as well. So he's come a long way, and he's playing the best any rookie has ever played from a QB, hands down. I got to say that. So no hate
Yeah.
on him from that standpoint.
But you think the Eagles are going to blow them out?
No, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think we're going to wear them down at the end of the game, and it's going to come down to, again, a critical play that is going to happen at the end of the game. It's going to be tight, right? But it's going to be a critical play that comes down at the end of the game that the defense is going to make that's going to break the game open. So it's they're going to have a chance. They're going to have a chance, but the defense is going to come through. I mean, I'm telling you, a lot of people underestimate this defense. Look at our two rookies, Quinion Mitchell, right? On the outside, he's going to be lined up with Terry McLaurin, right? And then you got our
Cooper
other
DeJean. Cooper.
slot, Cooper DeJean, slot, right? And then you got big play Slade, and we're not even talking about that D line, all right? We're not even talking about those guys putting the pressure on you in the middle. Jalen Carter, that dude he's just an animal, right? And now Nolan Carter is coming on. I mean, I think he's leading the NFL in the playoffs in sacks. I think he's had, 7 or 8 or something like that. Well, he's somewhere near. He may not be leading, but he's somewhere at the top. So the D line is going to be, I mean, it's not going to be easy. In the last couple games, it had been tough for Terry McLaurin to actually get anything going with Jaden Daniels. The person who's been scoring for them, especially on fourth downs, has been Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, if you look at any of their plays, if they go on it for fourth down, they always go to Zach Ertz every time, which is why I don't know why Detroit was not locking him down on fourth downs, because I'm telling you, I was watching it. I said, fourth down, I said, Detroit, double team Zach Ertz or bracket him or something. And every single time on a fourth down or a touchdown, Zach Ertz is there. They're got to have it target. So it's going to be an interesting game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think something's going to happen with some turnovers.
Let me ask you a question. I want to go back to
Yeah.
the game that they beat when the last game you guys played them and they won, right? I know
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts was hurt, right? You had to put
Yeah.
in Kenny Pickett,
Yeah.
right? That game.
Yeah.
Were there any injuries on the defense?
There wasn't any injuries on the defense.
No?
Wasn't any injuries on the defense. Yeah.
And the defense you were just talking about, the stellar defense, they got all these guys out there, locked down corners in every position, right? All pro defensive
pro.
line, right? Nolan Carter, Jalen Powell, all these guys, they just, pit bulls just attacking raw
Just
meat, right?
attacking,
So
man.
you got all these guys, and how much points did they score? Washington?
Oh man.
They let me no, let me
It was what, 34? I think it was 30,
36, 36
30,
points.
30, 36
Yeah.
points. 36 points.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
you give them something, man. You give them something. You give them something.
I mean,
Everybody get
they
an opportunity.
they've shown that
They can do it.
they can do it
Yeah,
against
yeah,
that defense. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying. They've
yeah,
shown me
yeah,
that
yeah.
they can do it. Now,
They can.
can that's why I say if their defense can contain you guys
Yeah,
and mitigate Saquon Barkley, that's why I said
yeah,
I think they're going to
yeah,
win
yeah,
because their
yeah.
offense has shown that their offense can move the ball against your
They can
defense.
score. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
definitely can score.
yeah,
It's gonna be some new things that obviously some new things that both teams put into play. It's
yeah.
gonna be some wrinkles that both teams have not seen. So I
Hmm.
know they have some new wrinkles, and I know the Eagles have some new wrinkles.
Let me ask you
I think,
this:
yeah,
Do you trust your coaching staff to add those new wrinkles and make the necessary adjustment over the coaching staff of the Commanders?
I think I would say yes. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you why. If the Eagles, we're not a come from behind kind of team, right? And I know that as a fact. If the Eagles are up by 7 points, by 3 points, or whatever at halftime, it's over. It's over. I'm telling you. That's a fact. And those are the games that I've seen all year. If the Eagles are up by 7 points or 3 points, if we down, then it's a different game. It's a totally different game, and that's when you can put the pressure on us because we're gonna be pressing. However, if the Eagles are up, don't be up by 2 touchdowns. It that defense is gonna. I'm telling you, I know they could move the ball, but that defense is gonna come up with some plays. Something is going to happen that could turn the tide to win the game. I'm biased. I'm an Eagles fan. That's how it is. I'm supposed to say this. I'm supposed
Yeah.
to say this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
but anyway, we'll
We'll
see.
see.
So your prediction is the Commanders to the Super Bowl representing the NFC.
I predict my prediction is the Commanders score 26-14.
26-14.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we got that recorded. 26-14. Okay. Here's my prediction on this.
Hmm.
Uh Eagles 28, Commanders 24.
Okay.
28-24. Eagles pull it out. It's going down to the wire,
Okay.
but they're going to win it. All right.
All right.
So, all right, that's predictions on that. So, all right, let's move over to the AFC. Let's talk about Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, the refs, Kansas City, and Buffalo. And we're talking, Buffalo Bills. Let me see. You kick this one off. What's your take on that? I mean, I have something that I want to share, but what's your take on, what this game is going to look like?
Well, I mean, so these two teams they've battled it out over the past couple of seasons, right? Couple of
Yeah,
years, and one of the more iconic playoff games when this was a couple of years ago when it seems as if Josh Allen had the game won, uh, last fourth quarter touchdown with a minute, no, 13 seconds left.
yeah,
Was it 13 seconds? And
yeah,
then
yeah.
then you give the ball to Mahomes, and some way somehow he got a field goal to tie it up, and then he won it. Ultimately,
One
won
of
it in
them. Yep,
overtime. So
yep,
I mean,
yep.
iconic rivalry. Uh, Two fantastic quarterbacks. I
Yeah,
think this is also a game that's going to come down to the defense.
yeah.
Whatever defense is making plays. Unfortunately, on the Buffalo side, I think they have a couple of injuries in the secondary,
Secondary. Hmm.
and might have a linebacker that's hurt as well. So that's gonna hurt them.
Yeah,
Uh, the Chiefs, they don't really have a lot of firepower on the outside. They don't stretch the field. They don't. I know they got the rookie Xavier Worthy, but I think he's kind of worn down a little bit because of course he's a rookie. The
of the
grind
season.
of the season, So I
Yeah.
think he's probably nicked up. But ultimately, my heart wants to say Buffalo
Yeah. Yeah.
because I feel like not just because I feel because it's Josh Allen's time. I think
Right.
the way that they have now restructured the team, they have a lot of complementary pieces now, and he's not playing hero ball,
Right.
right?
Right.
He's not trying to put it all on his shoulders every play.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing within the structure of the script and the structure of the game. He's spreading the ball around. The the offense is now less predictable. They
Right.
have a sound running game that they utilize complementary to the pass. I don't have any worries on the offense.
Right.
I'm concerned that the defense is not going to hold up their side of the bargain here for the Buffalo Bills. That's
Yeah.
the only issue I might have, but I still believe that some way, somehow, Buffalo, they'll find a way through it and they're going to win this game.
So you're
All
going
right.
with Buffalo.
I'm going with Buffalo.
Okay. Okay. So what's your score
I hate
prediction
doing
on?
it sounds crazy to go against Mahomes because of
Yeah.
everything that he's done over the past couple of seasons,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
verge of a third consecutive Super Bowl appearance,
Yeah.
right? I can't fathom I just don't I can't in my mind's eye just see his only offensive weapon being Travis Kelce
That's it.
getting them to the Super Bowl. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So what's your score on this game? What do you think?
oh, I think with this game, I think it's going to be another middle scoring game. Uh, Buffalo 28. Uh, what the hell? 28-27 Buffalo.
28,
I
27.
think
Okay.
it's going to be real close.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All
yeah,
right. All right. I like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, Kansas City. All right. Andy Reid. Um, Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen. Oh man. I want to say Buffalo.
Mhm.
I want to. I want to say Buffalo. Because, I think Josh Allen has proved enough for this season, especially losing Stephon Diggs. And I thought they weren't even gonna be back here. You know, but the team stepped up. Um, Josh is having like an MVP season. I think he's second in voting for MVP, or maybe first at this point, or he was somewhere near, right? With Lamar going down, I don't know how the MVP voting works. Anyway, in the playoffs or whatever, who goes furthest in the playoffs? But
No, it's a regular season. It's a
regular
tournament.
season. So how Josh is playing. I mean, I want to say Buffalo, but I can't. I
Okay.
can't.
Okay. That's
I
fair.
I I, I
That's fair.
can't because
That's totally
it
fair.
it yeah, yeah, yeah. Patrick Mahomes is going to find a way to win. When I look at this dude, he's Tom Brady esque, man. When I look at him, he has the he's going to find something. Either he's going to manipulate the refs by his antics and the things that he does to get a call, or he is going to just find Travis Kelce somewhere. They're going to have some eye contact somewhere where he's just going to slip over to the side and be open on a fourth down. It's going to be something that is going to happen that is going to flip this game. I think Buffalo is going to be leading this game, and they're going to be leading the game the whole time, right? They're going to be leading this game, and people are going to be saying, "Yeah, well, I guess this is Buffalo time." But wait, Patrick Mahomes is going to come back, and as much as I don't like saying this,
Right.
he is going to find a way to win this game. They are going to win this game, and it's going to be 35-30 Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs going back for the third time. They're going back. It's. I think with the smarts now of Andy Reid and the defensive coordinator escaping my mind right now because he was on the
Spags,
Eagles staff.
Spagnolo, Spagnolo.
Spags was on the Eagles staff as well, and these guys
He was
are
around.
just
He was the head coach for the St. Louis Rams back in the day too.
and he was yes. So these guys just why they win and why the Patriots win because of continuity. Continuity is something. All of these coaches getting picked off head, offensive coordinators going, defensive coordinators going. We're going to talk about coaches in a second, but when they have the continuity to stay together, and regardless of Patrick Mahomes not having any weapons, him and Travis Kelce just have this chemistry, sort of like the Gronk and Brady chemistry that they're just going to find a way to win. I can't bet against them on this one. Patriots. I mean, Kansas City. Yeah, you see, they got me all messed up, man.
The NFL is that they're not going to bail them out this time.
You don't think they're going to bail them out?
The only way they win is there's going to be a bailout, and I don't think it's going to happen this time. I think there's just too much. There's too much conversation, too many eyes on it.
You know who up in the box? Taylor Swift. They want to pan to Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl, man. Oh my goodness. So you saying the bailout is not going to happen?
No, because Jay-Z said it's all about Kendrick Lamar, the Super Bowl. Right?
Yes.
You don't want Taylor Swift there. Kendrick Lamar is the halftime show.
Yes,
we don't want no distractions.
No distractions.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all about Kendrick Lamar. All right. So yeah, well, we'll see how this goes this weekend, man. It's going to be exciting. I know these games are going to be, something to behold. It's going to be amazing. Just hope. Have you seen the meme? Have you seen the meme with the little baby that, when the baby trying to put his hand in something and then the mom say, nope. And then, then the baby start crying?
No.
Have you seen that meme?
No.
I'm gonna have to show it to you.
Okay.
But that's the meme that's been going around, and what I've been saying is, I hope we don't get the baby this weekend. But I'll share that meme. I'll share that meme out. But
let me say to Eagle fans, no.
Yeah.
No.
The baby put his hand in the thing and say no. The baby start crying, man. Yeah. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting. So we'll follow up on that. But okay, so real quick, the coaching carousel. I know coaches. A lot of things happening with the coaches. I think Detroit has lost both their offensive and defensive coordinators. Gone. So that's going to be turmoil for them. They're going to be pretty much rebuilding, coming all over. I don't even think at this point they even know what's going to be going on at quarterback, because that's going to be a different scenario. I know they have to think about that. I mean, I think Goff will be back, but they're going to have to think about that. But think about offensive coordinator gone.
They gave Goff a vote of confidence. The GM for the Lions, he came out yesterday and he gave Goff a vote of confidence. He said he's their guy.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Hey,
for what it's worth.
All I'm saying is, with a new OC who probably made him look the best that he could look, we'll see who's coming in there to fill that. All right, so what's been going on in Jacksonville? I mean, I know I saw something on ESPN, where it's like the coach came in and it's like the other teams going up in arms, like upset that Jacksonville got the coach. I mean, to explain what's going on in the situation.
So it really starts with the GM that just got fired, Trent Balke, right?
Yeah.
Trent Balke has been the long-standing GM for Jacksonville. Trent Balke has a history going all the way back to, um, wow, was it Marty Schottenheimer?
Wow,
Right.
that's a long
But
time
you
ago.
know what? Let me pause on that. I know for a fact it goes back. He does go back to when Jim Harbaugh was last with the 49ers,
Wow.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
And there was always this content. I think it was Marty too. But everywhere he went, there's always contention between him and the head coach,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
He was never able to build a sound infrastructure and synergy between himself, the coaching staff, and to build some sort of continuity and congruency, for building the team.
Right.
Now here it is. He's been with Jacksonville. He's been with Jacksonville for a while,
Yeah.
and I mean to the point where the fans have been wanting him gone for years. And for whatever reason, the owner Shad Khan, he for some has this vote of confidence in Trent Balke.
Right.
So now it came to a head this year. Doug Peterson, your boy,
Oh, yep.
right?
Yep.
He
Dougie
he
P. Yep.
Dougie P, right? So he got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
He got fired, and now the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're in the hunt for a coach.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, they have a quarterback that's been beaten up, who needs probably his confidence restored. But
Absolutely.
but we all know Trevor Lawrence is a hell of a quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
With the right coach, he can be a
Yeah.
top five, right?
Definitely.
But what ended up happening, no coach wanted to go to Jacksonville because of Trent Balke. So
Mm.
here you have, they lost out on Brad Johnson, right? They were going
Yeah.
after him, didn't get
Yep.
him.
Right.
And then Liam Cohen, who uh, he also was an assistant with the Rams some time back.
Yeah.
He went back and forth at the University of Kentucky,
Yeah.
offensive coordinator. He's really good.
Yeah.
He got Baker Mayfield right with the Tampa Bay this last year, so he's a hot prospect.
Yeah.
He comes in for an interview, and from what I can gather, he killed it. They wanted him, but he declined the job because of Trent Balke.
Oh,
Goes
gotcha.
back to Tampa Bay
Yeah.
and tells Tampa Bay, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay made him an offer to make him the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league.
Right.
Shad Khan was like, okay, that was the last straw. Fires Trent Balke,
Yes.
goes back to Cohen and say, hey, Balke's gone. Do you
Right.
still want this job? And
Yeah.
then Cohen's like, I'll take the job.
Take
now
the
that
job.
he's gone.
Tampa
Right?
Bay's pissed.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. Of course, you don't like that, but
Right.
them's the breaks, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but the whole emphasis, the whole point of this is that Trent Balke, this GM that's been able to kind of nestle his way into all of these different organizations and get somehow, some way, continue to get the vote of confidence of these owners.
Yeah.
Finally, right? Shad Khan's like, I've had enough.
Right.
I can see now you're the problem.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work with you,
Right.
right? So he had to get rid of him. And now Cohen is going to come in and in a unique situation is probably going to be able to, as a coach, pick his GM.
That is unique. That's different.
Right.
That's
The
different.
last time I saw that happen was with Jeff Fisher with the Rams, when he was a hot commodity at that time. Lord
Right.
knows why. Right. But he was a hot commodity at the time, and we hired him before we got Les Snead. He hired Les Snead, which that was the only good thing Jeff Fisher did
Right.
for the Rams at that time.
No man. No man.
Yeah, man, Jeff Fisher. It was not a good time.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was not good. So now Liam Coleman's there. They're gonna have to get a GM, but that's basically the whole story behind.
I got you.
this
I got
situation.
you. Yeah. Well, I mean, from what I was gathering and what I was reading, it seems like he did everything above board. I mean, Tampa Bay came back and they wanted the offer, but he was doing everything above board. So I mean, that's how it is, man. I mean, in the regular job world, that's how it is. Somebody give you an offer, and somebody else give you an offer, and you say, well, yeah, let me think about this, and then you take the other offer. I mean, because I mean, he wants to be a head coach. So, I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Right.
This is what I want to find out. And I was trying to find this guy online, but I couldn't find. I was trying to look him up. When we talk about GMs, who would be a really good GM? He's on ESPN, African American guy, and his name escapes me.
Louis Riddick.
Louis Riddick.
Yeah.
Why is he not a GM?
I don't know. I don't know. I've
Why
been saying
is Louis Riddick not a GM?
I've been saying this now for the past 7 years.
Yes.
People I talk to in my inner circle, I'm like Louis Riddick, and when I listen to him,
Yes.
just takes his philosophy, his feel of the. I'm like, this guy should be a GM somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
That is so crazy
he's
to me,
good.
man.
He's good. He's
That
good.
is, and what I heard too, I said, they said in this offseason, he was supposed to be getting some interest from GM. And I was like, yeah, finally.
Right.
But I hadn't seen anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I hope he gets a job somewhere because I think he would be a good GM. I think he would be pretty
I
solid.
think he would knock it out the park.
Yeah, definitely. Hey,
If John, and no dig on him because I think he's doing a good job. Unfortunately for the team I hate the most, the 49ers. But if John Lynch could come in and do it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I'm for sure Louis Riddick, if given
absolutely.
the right opportunity, given the
Yeah,
autonomy to do what he can do.
yeah.
Um, if Ryan Poles could be a GM, right?
Come on, man. Come on,
Right? Come
come
on,
on.
come on.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Louis Riddick should be a GM somewhere. If
absolutely.
I can only assume he just doesn't, or he's probably rejected a few offers that came his way because he felt it wasn't the right fit. I
Yeah,
can't see him going this long not having been given an opportunity.
yeah. That's what
It's-
I say too. That's crazy. Something just came across from ESPN, Adam Schefter. The Cowboys are hiring offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach. Jerry Jones tells ESPN.
So
Brian
that, 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 that,
Schottenheimer.
that that's official.
That's official.
So
That just came through. Yeah.
I saw the rumor when it came out two days ago,
Yeah.
and I was telling some family members because I have some family members who are Cowboy fans,
Yeah. Sorry for them.
and I said Jerry hates your team. Jerry Jones, to me,
Yeah.
with this hire,
Yeah.
has shown his card as he hates the Cowboy. There's And I know I keep bringing everything back to the Rams, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, my team. But Brian Schottenheimer was an offensive coordinator for the Rams.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Lynx, it was the worst offense I think I had ever seen in my life, and we've had some bad offenses back in the day,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? The lack of innovation, the lack of ingenuity.
Yeah.
Now, being an offensive coordinator and being a head coach are two completely different things. I get
True.
it.
True.
But all I'm saying is throughout I think he's been in the league 14 years.
Yeah.
They've all been parallel moves. He's just been going from offensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, offensive coordinator.
Mhm.
He has never been given an opportunity to be a head coach in 14 years. And this is being the son of Marty Schottenheimer,
Marty. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so all of these years, never been given the opportunity. No one was interviewing him in this coaching cycle other than the Cowboys.
His name didn't even come. I didn't even hear anything about him.
No, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, what is that telling you? It tells me the Cowboys are sorry. Jerry Jones,
Yeah. You don't want to win, man.
he just wants to make money and stay in control.
Yeah.
He's still looking for that hit where, oh, I want people to think that it's all about me. I'm the smart one. I'm the
Yeah.
one that's bringing the championships to the Cowboys. I'm still going back. I'm going all the way back to the Jimmy Johnson
Way
era,
back.
right? Way back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Jimmy was getting all of the accolades and all of the fanfare, Jerry didn't like it.
He didn't. Yep.
In the midst of a title run, had to mutually part ways because of ego,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Jerry doesn't want to win.
No.
Jerry just wants it to be about Jerry, and as long as the Cowboys are making money, it seems as if he's just going to keep making dumbfounded decisions like this. It
Yeah.
makes absolutely no sense.
Hey, look. Hey, more power to them. They in the NFC East.
I know
I
you
want
like
them to
I know
continue
you
to
like it.
lose.
Yeah, It's good for you. Good for the Eagles.
Continue to
Good for
lose.
the Commanders, right? Um, the Giants may not be bottom feeders
Boy,
anymore.
look, man. I don't know how you look. The dumb GM moves that the Giants have made. Boy, I don't even know how that GM still got a job.
I don't understand how Shane has still has a
I
job.
don't know how he still got a job.
You seeing what Barkley is doing.
Oh my gosh.
I don't.
It's just ridiculous, man. So, all right. So, have you seen this? They said, I'm looking here. They say the Raiders are hiring former Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll as their
I
next
saw
head
that.
coach.
I did see that.
You saw that.
I see that.
Pete Carroll. Man, why? It's a retread.
It is a
Come up with
retread.
something new, man.
Andy Reid was a retread,
He
right?
yeah, Andy was a
And
retread.
I get Pete, but Pete Carroll he's a lot older. He's in the
Yeah.
70s, I believe.
Yeah.
Very youthful in spirit. We get that.
Yes.
But I think it's because I think this is the Raiders' way of bridging in some other coach, right?
Yeah.
They need to stabilize the team.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll is a stabilizer.
Yeah.
He's a culture builder.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think what they're looking at is for the next 3 years, getting just trying to get everything level set and start building a foundation for that team.
Right.
Pete Carroll can definitely come in and do that. I also heard reports that he's probably going to reach out to Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Would you imagine that, him rejoining Russell Wilson? Wilson coming back and playing for his old coach.
Yeah.
I think that would be actually be a good move to do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not really, in my eye, you're not looking to really win any championships that way. I mean, stranger things happened.
Yeah.
Right. Rich Gannon was an MVP one time, right, in the NFL. So stranger things have happened. But for the most part, you get Pete Carroll come in. If they can get Russell Wilson, that gives them a high level of competency at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
They can start stacking their chips and start building through the draft and start doing it the right way.
Right.
I'd say within the next 3 years, they'll be title contenders.
Yeah. I I always, when I see coaches that have been in the league, I like to see new. It's just me. I know they want to stabilize things, and and I know a lot of people are taking gambles when they go with these new up and coming head coaches. Look at Shane Steichen. That was with the Eagles and in the Indianapolis Colts. My gosh, wait, name escaping me, man. Say it again.
Who are you thinking about?
Indianapolis Colts head coach.
Steichen. Is it Steichen?
Isn't Steichen? I thought Steichen. Who's in? Yes, that is Steichen. Who's in Arizona? Gannon. Yes,
the defensive guys and
the defensive guy. Yeah, defense coordinator is in Arizona. So, and they were like hot commodities because the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
I hadn't. I mean, I guess they were okay. I think the Colts were right there to making the.
When they left next year, the Eagles fell off a cliff.
Oh, they fell off a cliff. Now I'll tell you for sure.
Right?
For sure. Yes. Yeah. They were legit for the Eagles organization. They were legit. And with our head coach, Sirianni trying to call plays, it just that's not his thing. You just need to manage the overall team aspect. But man, this coaching carousel that's been going on. I just one last thing on the Raiders. I kind of liked Antonio Pierce, but I know that didn't. I don't know if he was a scapegoat or what. But again,
well, I mean, we missed the Vrabel hire, right, with New England. But
Vrabel, yes, New England.
I bring that up because I think Antonio Pierce and Gerard Mayo got the short end of the stick here.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah.
One and done, right?
One and done.
Right. And it also doesn't look good that they're minority coaches as well. That's a bad look.
Yeah.
If I'm being pragmatic here, right?
Yeah.
Taking the emotion out of it.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand the move,
Yeah.
right? Um, Still doesn't feel right,
Yeah.
but I think both organizations are in a better situation now with coaches who have uh, experience, who
Yeah.
can build the culture, especially the Patriots because they have such a young
Yeah.
quarterback,
I can see that.
young budding quarterback. I think the Raiders could have stand to just say, "Hey, let Antonio Pierce figure it out."
Yeah.
You don't. You have no one at quarterback,
Right.
right? You have no franchise player anywhere on the team,
Right. Right. Right.
other
Right.
other than the defensive end, right? Um,
Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah.
Max Crosby,
Crosby.
right?
Crosby. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only guy,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But they, that synergy between him and Antonio Pierce, that I can see that connection. So I think Antonio Pierce should have definitely been given a little bit more bandwidth, a little bit more leeway,
Yeah.
unless there
Give
was
him at
something.
least 3 years.
Well, it depends. If there was something happening in the locker room, behind the
I
scenes that
can.
was
Yeah.
causing discord and messing up continuity, then of course, yeah, you need to fix that.
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
But with New England and Gerard Mayo, if I mean them make it, they shouldn't have hired Gerard Mayo in the first place if this is what they were going to end up doing,
Yeah.
especially knowing where they were going to be in the draft and being able to potentially pick up a franchise quarterback the way
Right.
that they did. They
Right.
should have gotten someone from the onset who they felt that would have been able to grow with that, that quarterback
Yeah.
would have been able to grow with.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Vrabel is
He's solid.
he's a culture setter as well, right?
Yeah.
He's going
Yeah.
to stabilize that whole organization.
Yeah.
He's is basically going to have a lot of structure. They're going to be disciplined.
Yeah.
They also got Josh McDaniel
McDaniels. Yep.
back in as OC. He
Yeah.
sucks
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
a head
He's
coach. He's
to me.
putrid
Yeah. As a
head
head coach,
coach.
he sucked. Yeah.
But as an offensive coordinator, that's the right call.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be in good shape.
Yeah. 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 They definitely bless you. They definitely will be back.
Yeah.
Or in contention, or in that division. But these coaches, I do want to see some more younger coaches get some opportunities, and also the teams give them some chances, some legitimate chances. The one and dones to me is just, man, that's a dagger. That's a dagger. But hopefully these guys, take a year off, or get caught up somewhere else, in the NFL or college ranks or somewhere, and just build their way back to getting back in
It's
the NFL. So,
unfortunate because it's, again, putting the whole thing, just looking at it for what it is, right?
yeah,
There's not a lot of opportunities afforded to people like Gerard
that's true.
and Antonio Pierce.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
When you
fine.
get to the pinnacle, like they were able to, and if you don't have a really like a fantastic showing, and you get ousted, especially as quickly as they got ousted,
Right.
it's almost as if you got to start all over
You got to
again,
start over from scratch. Yeah,
right? You
that
got
put
to
a bad,
start
a
all
stain
over
on
again.
you. Yeah,
So it's going to be, I hope they're able to bounce back real quick because I think both of those guys deserve the opportunity, and I think they were eventually going to be great coaches.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Jimmy Johnson, his first year with the Cowboys, 1-15,
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Bill Belichick, he didn't really do a great job his first year with the Browns,
Right,
right?
right.
So it's you have to have a level of patience, especially if you're an owner or a GM. If
Yeah.
you're picking these coaches, if the coach shows that they have a high level of competency and they have a plan,
Hmm.
you can expect for that plan to be manifested within 1 year.
That's
You got
right.
to give
That's
it time.
Yeah, yeah. Got to give it time. So, and this has been good. AFC Championship, NFC Championship. We got our picks in. Coaches on the move. We're in for an exciting NFL rest of the season. See who gets to the Super Bowl. Let's see who wins it.
Yep.
And then we got so much more. So much more to talk about. Draft and all kind of other stuff that's happening, and more coaches
Yep.
changes and stuff are going to happen. So, all right, so we'll get back together, man, after the NFC Championship game. Let's see who's going to be in the Super Bowl. Fly, Eagles, fly, man.
Good luck.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
later.